It is that time. It is playoff time here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, where we are proud to bring you a presentation of girls basketball from the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. And our special playoff broadcast is presented by Pierce Auto Body. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union thanks you for your support of your local team and student athlete. Statistics show that participation in athletics leads to better performance in the classroom and enhanced leadership skills. Thank you for making a difference in the lives of young women in Iowa. It is playoff time at Washington. It is rivalry time at Washington, as the Demons take on the Fairfield Trojans here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, where we, as always, are powered by our good friends at Washington County Hospital and Clinics. This is the pregame show presented by the N.C. Williams Agency of Farm Bureau Financial Services. My name is Jack Knowlton. We will be joined by Zeph Walker-L here shortly, as per usual on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, but not as per usual. It's playoff time. A big one between Washington and Fairfield, the first game in Class 3A action for these two teams in their bracket. The winner, of course, in this game will go on to most likely take on Tipton. Don't want to rule out South Tama County in the other matchup, but Fairfield and Washington playing for the right to go to Tipton to play one of those two teams. The Tigers will host that game regardless if they beat South Tama County or not. You got a look at the bracket there. Of course, Washington and Tipton looking ahead briefly at that potential matchup. The Demons played the Tigers earlier, lost that game 48-40. So they want to get back there at a chance for revenge. But standing in their way tonight is Fairfield, a team they, of course, have played twice in the regular season, as is customary in the Southeast Conference. They lead this series now 22-16 because of those two wins since the year 2008. The last time was here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network not too long ago in late January. That was a 62-36 win for Washington. Of course, the star of that one was Leighton Messenger, who had 19 points and 10 rebounds. She made 6 threes in that game. Washington won earlier in the regular season 52-29. So they have figured out the formula a little bit against Fairfield. And looking back at that game, the shooting splits for those two teams, Fairfield actually shot the ball fairly well. They were higher from the field, 35%, and 45% from three, compared to just 29% for Washington. But where the Demons made the difference, on the glass, they won the rebounding battle 35-26, and in the turnover department, 21 turnovers for Fairfield compared to just 7 for Washington. So that will be a big thing to watch, how well Fairfield can take care of the basketball. This is a Trojans team that are 1-2 in their last 3. They beat Mount Pleasant by 1, lost to Burlington, and then most recently Davis County by 10 points. Washington looking to shake off a 2-game losing skid themselves. They got crushed at Williamsburg. That is a number 5 ranked Williamsburg team. As you saw in the graphic, that's a team at the top of their region, and then were defeated by Burlington in the last game of SEC play. So a good one here between these two. We will have plenty more to bring you info-wise as this game gets underway. For now, to a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups in the national anthem as Washington takes on Fairfield. It is playoff time here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Washington High School for tonight's regional basketball game between the Fairfield Trojans and your very own Washington Demons. The Iowa High School Athletic Association and Washington High School encourage positive sportsmanship and behavior at all times during our athletic events. Good sportsmanship starts with respect for yourself, your team, the opponent, and the decisions that are made by the officials. Please honor these athletes competing tonight by refraining from any negative comments. Together we can set the standard for good sportsmanship. And now please join me in welcoming our officials for tonight. First, Mr. Rich Baker. Mr. Jeff Klein. and Mr. Tobias Lunsford. And now for your starting lineups. First for the Trojans. At 5'3", a sophomore guard, number 1, Vanessa Kessel. At 5'8", a senior forward, number 3, Maddie Martin. At 5'6", a senior guard, number 5, Lauren Martin. At 5'5", a senior forward, number 11, Faith Jones. And rounding out the Trojan lineup for tonight, at 6 foot, a senior center, number 50, Elise Setterstrom. And now for your Demons. At 5'10", a senior guard, number 0, Adeline Long. At 5'10", a senior guard, number 3, Leighton Messenger. At 5'11", a senior forward, number 12, Addison Miller. At 5'9", a sophomore forward, number 15, Vivian Kroll. And rounding out the Demon lineup for tonight, at 5'11", a junior center, number 23, Sarah Berto. The Trojans are coached by head coach Brian Witzenberg, assisted by Destiny Gridley, Shay Drish, Travis Duncan, and Patrick McGavin. The Demons are coached by head coach Colin Mulford and assisted by Brenna Vitito, Brandon Long, with managers Lyric Wright and Ellie Vandermolen. At this time, we ask that you please stand and remove your hats as we pay honor to this great nation with the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
You just heard the starting fives and national anthem before this playoff game between Washington and Fairfield. Should be a fun one here at the home of the Demons, where they are, of course, 2-0 against the Trojans. The last game coming here during the regular season. We touched on that during the pregame show. Fairfield, only a 10-point loss for them last game. They scored 50 points in a defeat to Davis County, but the Trojans 3-15. They finished 1-8 in SEC play. Washington this season 11-10 and 6-4 in Southeast Conference play. The starting lineups, Fairfield, it was the same one that they ran when they played Washington last time. Vanessa Kessel, Maddie Martin, Lauren Martin, Faith Jones, and the player jumping it up alongside Leighton Messenger, Elise Setterstrom. She wins the tip for the Trojans, who have it underway here. Jack Knowlton, Zeph Walkerell, our great producer Peter Camp, proud to bring you some Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union playoff basketball, and that's a good look for Fairfield, but good post defense by Washington. Martin on the miss.
Oh, man. Feels so good to be back, but it's bittersweet at the same time.
It'll be the last home game for the Demons. Even if they win it, they'll head to Tipton if they do. Vivian Kroll gets the rebound here. An interesting look for this Washington lineup. It's a little bit of a different one, Zeph. Kroll and Sarah Berto are both out there. Berto coming in, normally comes off the bench, so Oakley Saboski will come off the bench in this one. A little bit of a bigger lineup for Washington. Long Messenger, Kroll, and Addison Miller are the usual other 4 starters. Setterstrom, a wild miss that time. Loose ball, collected in, poked out to Faith Jones. And an open 3 for Kessel. Too strong, and that will roll out of play, go back to Washington. So Zeph, interesting for Coach Colin Mulford, making a little bit of a starting lineup change in a playoff game. We weren't obviously present for Washington's last 2 games, those defeats to Burlington and Williamsburg. Don't remember if that change happened during those 2 games, but obviously Berto, a very trustworthy player down low. As Messenger gets the first points of the night.
You know, when it comes to playoff basketball, that's the best thing to do. That's when you want to switch some stuff up because you want to approach it differently. It's one game, you know? You don't get 3, you don't get 4. This isn't the NBA. You know, you can't game plan. You got to just do it right there, right on the mark.
A little more March Madness-y. Win or go home.
Definitely.
And there's a steal by Washington. Miller catching the wayward pass by Fairfield. Messenger's got it now. Gives to Kroll.
Oh, don't look at Addie. Look at Addie.
Long right wing. Drives around Jones. The floater, that drops. That's not enough resistance for Adeline Long, who's as good of a driver as she is a 3-point shooter.
Great way to space the floor there.
Fairfield coming the other way. Had kind of 4 along the baseline with Kessel at the controls and got the bump by Kroll, so that'll be the first on Vivian. First of the game for either team. And Emma Metcalf will check in for Faith Jones, who is kind of the star scoring-wise for Fairfield. About 8 points a game.
Defense.
Pass back up top. Martin around Miller. Tough shot. Nothing on it. Miller
Rebound.
finds Long. Good pass there to get out of trouble. Ahead to Leighton Messenger. Drops it inside for Berto, who is bumped by Setterstrom. Came over the top a little bit there. So the first on Elise, who will be a bit of an X factor in this game. She had 9 points and 10 rebounds for Fairfield in their loss to Washington here last time. That isn't insignificant. This is a Demons team that's good, especially on the offensive glass. Messenger, open elbow jumper. No good. Berto gets the board. That's what she comes in to do, and somehow got a shot through a couple defenders and gets her own miss again. Has it whacked away. Now Long for 3. Good!
There we go.
The third opportunity made by Sarah Berto and cashed in by Adeline. She's got 5. It's a 7-0 start for the Demons.
You know, there was a little bit of contact down there with Berto under the rim, and I think she wanted to get that contact, which is why she went back up with it, but we can take a 3 better.
And you take 3 points over 2 at the free throw line, and that pass is thrown away. It'll go back to Washington. Few early turnovers for Fairfield. I mentioned they're 21 in this game last time. And the Demons, importantly, is that for controlling the ball, only 7 turnovers.
I am a fan of this lineup, though. The presence down low with Berto and Kroll could be a huge difference maker in spacing the floor.
Long thought about a deep 3. Miller will try. Too strong. And Zeph, 3-point shooting. Washington has had a few hot hands against Fairfield this year. I talked about in the pregame. Leighton Messenger, that was her 6-3 game where she had 6 threes and 19 points. And Adeline Long, when these two teams played at Fairfield, had 21 points and 5 made threes. Really like the spot right here, the left wing. No good on that one. Berto again, right there on the glass. Now Messenger will try from the corner. Too short on the 3. Metcalf will come the other way, but lost it. Stolen by the Demons.
One thing Addison Miller's going to do, she's going to get back on the break. Defense on transition right there.
And Kroll will draw the foul, so that's a quick second on Setterstrom. So we'll see if Coach Brian Witzenberg, in his second season of his second stint as Fairfield's coach, coached a little bit in the late 2010s. Now is back with the Trojans. And Vivian Kroll will go at the free throw line for Washington.
Quickly, is this the same team that had the 5-in, 5-out lineup?
It is.
Okay.
Not going with that today, as you can see. The two subs coming in.
I had to ask because I was like, when you mentioned the coach name, I looked down at the coach. I was like, I remember that guy.
So it doesn't look like the 5-in, 5-out substitution.
Still a lot of subbing going on, but when you're down 7, you're trying to figure something out. So
Lauren Martin and Faith Jones, 2 starters, came back into the game. Anna McCavan in as well. Vivian Kroll makes the free throw. It's an 8-0 Washington lead. Halfway through this first quarter, Oakley Sabaski came in for Washington. Reagan Miller is jogging to the scorer's table. Sabaski replaced Addison Miller.
good D.
The deflection
Great
stolen
steal.
away. Long comes away with it. Here's Kroll, top of the key. A kick out to Sabaski. Her first action, it was a pass to Adeline.
Sabaski.
Messenger, and the pass deflected and stolen. Fairfield comes the other way with it.
Credit to the defense on Fairfield right there, not giving up on the play.
Pass inside. Can't be corralled. The last touch off Adeline Long. It did on its way out.
Sixth man of the year. Sixth girl of the year.
Reagan Miller into the game for Washington's. This Demons team's second leading scorer this season. It's been electric as of late. Inbound pass gathered by Martin. She had it under the hoop, but sort of mishandled it and had to come back out up top. McCavan inside,
steal.
deflected, caught by Jones. The
Great.
kick out, jumper drops.
That pass there, phenomenal. I got to give it to her. She got that off.
And the press on for Fairfield. Berto the layup the other way. On a nice dish by Sabaski. Martin gives it to Jones. Fairfield working it up top. 10-2 lead for Washington. A good response by the Demons to get a bucket after Fairfield's last score. Ball up top to Kessel. Martin over to Jones in the corner. Driving inside, McCavan for three. That's good. Big three by Anna McCavan. Long quickly the other way. Good transition offense by Washington out of the make. Sabaski couldn't get the layup to go though.
Jones on the rebound.
Jones coming the other way. Why not again for Fairfield? No good on the shot from Lauren Martin.
Sabaski with the rebound.
Sabaski will give it to Long, but Fairfield's cut the lead to 5. Corner is Reagan Miller. She'll try. No good. The rebound to Jones.
Good look there, though.
Couple of one-and-done possessions now for Washington after they started pretty well on the O boards. Well short on the 3, and last touch by Sabaski will stay with Fairfield.
Metcalf checks in for the Trojans. Maddie Martin checks in.
Maddie Martin and Emma Metcalf back in. Fairfield team scored 50 points in their last game against Davis County. That's been an improvement in the offensive department. Did lose that by 10.
Oh,
And a jump ball will give possession back to Washington.
great way
Came
to
loose.
hustle
McCavan
there.
was there.
Great way to hustle.
Quickly the other way, Washington. This presses on for Fairfield. Hasn't disrupted the Demons so far. Ashlyn Long was into the game and will try a 3 and nails it.
It's the long-to-long connection.
The other way comes Fairfield. Big 3 by Ashlyn Long. And that pass mishandled. It'll go back to Washington. Ashlyn Long has been a huge impact off the bench for Washington, as well as Reagan Miller. Really looks like an exciting part of this Demons' future. Kind of watched her grow into this role.
Just a freshman, man. Just a freshman.
Definitely going to carry the mantle from her sister, who's a senior. Adeline Long, an All-SEC player the last few seasons. Kroll comes back in for Washington. Lenora Felt is into the game for Fairfield. Miller dishes inside. Kroll. Long to
good ball
Miller for
movement.
3. Good!
That is phenomenal. That is what ball movement does. It creates open opportunities. Smooth. I loved it.
Smooth indeed, and all nylon from Reagan Miller. The lead is stretched back for Washington to 11. Driving inside is Emma Metcalf, and drew a foul, I believe, on Sabaski. Actually, Reagan Miller
Foul's given to Reagan Miller. Her first.
will get called for it.
Seconds.
First on Miller, second on the Demons in this first quarter, which has 30 seconds remaining. We'll send Emma Metcalf, a junior, to the free throw line. And gets her first bucket of the evening. Both these teams ended SEC play with losses to Burlington, as that one will stay with Fairfield. Last touch by Miller. Kessel and Maddie Martin will check back into the game for the Trojans. Both these teams finishing up with L's in SEC play, but Washington trying to reverse a 2-game losing streak as Jones gets her own miss and puts it away. First points of the game for Faith. Team's leading scorer, Samaski's wide open under the basket. Turns, smokes the layup, and Jones comes away with it. Washington looking for a quick answer. Instead, with 10 to go, Fairfield could make a potentially big bucket to get to double digits. 5 on the game clock. Fairfield's got to go. They got to truck up a shot. Metcalf throws it up, no good. And the shot won't drop. That'll give an 8-point lead to the Demons, up 16-8 after 1 quarter of play. We'll head to a quick break. Zeph Walker-El will have the second quarter for you between Washington and Fairfield playoff basketball here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Sometimes I worry.
Sometimes I'm scared.
Sometimes I'm overwhelmed.
Sometimes I cry.
And that's okay, because sometimes is not all the time.
It will be okay. You got this.
You got this.
You got this.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
And we're back live on the Southeast Iowa Video Network for some Demon playoff basketball here as the Demons are taking on the Fairfield Trojans and leading 16-8 as we start off the second quarter. The Demons defense led that first quarter, holding the Trojans to just 8 points. And very scrappy it was to get to that 8 points. Demons had some big players come off the bench in Reagan Miller and Ashlyn Long, as the Fairfield Trojans are still looking to get some momentum on the board. A 3 up for Martin.
From Jones, and Lauren Martin drops 3.
As Lauren Martin just gets her first points on the board. Kroll with the drive and fouled by Martin. Kroll will be going to the line to shoot 2.
Fouls on Lauren Martin. Her first, team first.
Vivian Kroll, a 59% free throw shooter on the regular season. Just a sophomore. And a short on the first one. She made one in the first.
Maddie Martin checks back in for the Trojans.
Trojans have a couple substitutions.
Checks back in for the Demons.
Maddie Martin checking in and Addison Miller checking in for the Demons. And no good on the second one, but the rebound is picked up by Leighton Messenger. Kroll steps through, no good on the two under the basket. On the wing is Kessel. Drives, rebound for Miller.
Addison Miller with the rebound.
Adeline Long to Ashlyn Long. Finds Miller in the corner. She thought about it. Demons working the ball around. Crow setting up in the post, but Adeline Long drives in. Good for two on the floater. Floater alert, floater alert. Maddie Martin with the ball. Guarded by Ashlyn Long in the corner. Good press defense from Ashlyn Long. Crow picking up Eklund. Kessel kicks down to Martin. No good. Excuse me, Jones. Demons with the rebound. Adeline thought about it, kicks to Ashlyn for three, and it meets the bottom of the net. Ashlyn Long has now 2 3-pointers in this one. Looking strong, coming off the bench as the Demons are leading by 10, 21-11. We're gonna take a quick timeout break here as the Trojans will try to figure something out. We'll be right back.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you.
The definition of sportsmanship is the quality of showing fairness.
Respect and generosity towards the opposing team and officials.
The things you say and do are a direct reflection of your school and community.
Please stay positive and enjoy the game.
And enjoy the game. Enjoy the game.
Our communities were founded on the strength of local farmers. At CBI Bank and Trust, you can aim high, bank strong. With personalized service and trusted relationships, we'll help take your ag business to the next level with the right loan for your needs. CBI Bank and Trust is here for you.
We are back live on the Southeast Iowa Video Network after that quick timeout from the Trojans as they're looking to figure something out on offense. Looking to swing the momentum. Lenore Felt bringing the ball up the court. Kicks to Maddie Martin. Finds McGavin. Back to Eklund. Eklund. And in the deflection there from Adeline Long, who puts her whole hand on it and gets the jump ball, and the ball is now going the Demons' directions. Great defense there from Adeline Long, strong. And a way to grab that possession. Tying her up with just one arm.
For the Demons.
Long finds Sebastian on the wing, working the ball around. Takes a screen from Miller, drives in. Low with that pass. But now we have another tie-up. And the ball reverses possessions. And the jump ball goes to the Trojans. Metcalf. Crossing half court, guarded by Saboski. Drives in, and the call is on the floor. She won't be receiving any free throws on that one. Saboski picks up her first foul. The three-pointer is up. Metcalf is good.
Metcalf drops three.
Demons beating the press. Saboski on the wing for three. Short. Rebound by Berto. Drives, kicks. Adeline Long is good. The Long sisters are alive and well behind that arc. She now has 10 on the board for the evening. Picking up her second three-pointer. Oh, and the ball is stolen. Maddie Martin put the ball right in the hands of Reagan Miller. And she took it away and looks to answer. No good, too much on that one. Oh, and Addison Miller gets some contact there on the drive. They'll keep it on the floor. She'll get a baseline inbound for the Demons.
Team second.
Kessel checks into the game for Maddie Martin for the Trojans.
Kessel re-enters for the Trojans.
Saboski. Miller on the wing. Finds Berto in the low post, but now she's fouled. That'll be the third team foul in the second quarter for the Trojans as they're still trailing by 10. Demons lead 24-14.
Maddie Martin re-enters for the Trojans.
Maddie Martin checks back into the game for Jones. Miller on the wing, drives, finds Long for three. And it rims out, and it's almost in. But toilet bowls out. Adeline Long really wanted that one. She's feeling herself tonight.
Fouls on Berto. Her first, team second.
Berto picks up a foul. Looked like they wanted a jump ball there, but Trojans on inbound. Kessel finds Martin. Martin drives, kicks to the corner. McAvin, too much on that one.
Rebound, Miller.
Adeline Long will take it the other way. Miller on the wing, pump fakes. Back to Long. Finds Miller, Saboski. They're working the ball around. Long, hesitation, drive, layup, short, rebound by Berto, and it's up and good. Sarah Berto now has 4 on the evening. Worked her way into the starting lineup tonight and is making an impact on the floor. And the defense there, but it's called for a foul on Berto. She'll pick up her second. That'll send Sederstrom to the line and shoot 2.
Fouls on Berto, her second, team third.
Both teams now have 3 team fouls in the second quarter. Sederstrom is good on the first free throw. Couple substitutions for the Demons. Saboski and Addison Miller will check out of the game for Vivian Kroll and Leighton Messenger. Sederstrom's off on the second. Rebound goes to Berto. Long finds Messenger. Back to Long, back to Messenger. Messenger for 3. It's good. Leighton, green light Messenger finds the bottom of the net. Working the ball down. No good from the corner is Martin. But we have a jump ball after the rebound from Sederstrom. She gets tied up. The ball returns to the Demons. Demons lead 29-15. Just under 3 minutes to go as Sarah Berto will take a seat and Ashlyn Long will check into the game. Finds Miller, kicks to Kroll. Kroll works it back out to Long. Long for 3. It's good! Ashlyn Long is now 3 for 3 from 3. Putting up 9 points off the bench is the freshman. Ashlyn Long all over McGavin. Screen from the blitz still attempt there from Adeline Long leads to a blocking foul. She'll pick up her first foul. Her first foul, excuse me. 4th team foul for the Demons. 17-point lead here. Eklund finds Kessel. Guarded by Reagan Miller. Setterstrom guarded by Kroll. Eklund picked up by Messenger. She picks up her dribble. Back to Eklund. Trojans working the ball around, trying to figure something out, but the Demons' defense is everywhere. Eklund, no good. Rebound from Setterstrom. She puts it up and she gets fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot 2 more. She made 1
Fouls on Kroll
on her last free throw attempt.
Team fifth.
Setterstrom is good on the first attempt.
Jones re-enters for the Trojans.
Jones and Martin will sub in and out for each other as Jones checks into the game. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Setterstrom is off on the second.
Rebound, Messenger.
She splits the free throws as Messenger drives down in the fast break. Finds Long in the corner. Long getting double teamed. Messenger wide open on the corner. Too much on that one. Get a high bounce off the rim. Kessel guarded by Long. Minute 30 to go. Setterstrom setting the screen. Long avoided it. Double screen. Ashlyn Long. Setterstrom down low, puts it up. No good. Great defense there from the Demons. Oh, Ashlyn Long almost lost it there. Finds Adeline. Working the ball around is the Demons. The ball movement has worked in their favor a lot this game, as it's allowed them to get wide open shots like that. And then Reagan Miller is good for 3. Add another one to the board. Reagan Miller putting up her second three-pointer of the evening. She has 6 on the night. Just under 40 seconds to go here in the first half. Backdoor cut there is good for Jones.
Faith Jones underneath drops for 2.
Kroll couldn't hold on to it, so it goes out of bounds. Just 30 seconds to go here in the first half.
Maddie Martin re-enters for the Trojans.
Maddie Martin checks into the game for Kessel. Lenora Felt will also check into the game.
Lorna Felt, right?
She'll give McGavin a break. Interested to see if the Trojans will hold for the final shot here of the first half, as they're trailing 35-18 to the Washington Demons. Martin guarded by Kroll. Eklund down low, guarded by Miller. Puts up a shot, no good. Reagan Miller with the rebound. Timeout called from Coach Mulford. Full timeout. We'll take a quick break here with 14 seconds to go in the first half. Demons leading 35-18. We'll be right back. Back live here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. 14 seconds of playtime here in the first half after that full timeout from Coach Colin Mulford. Ashlyn Long will make a play here. Finds Adeline, 9 seconds to go. She puts it up. And it rims right out of bounds. But they're gonna call it. Demons walk into the halftime break with a 35-18 lead over the Fairfield Trojans. We'll be right back with the Fairway Meat and Grocery halftime show here, live on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kielder my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you. Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road, and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
Fairway is the place to be all season long for your grocery needs. Drive through the lane for the snacks and drinks you need to keep you in the game, and don't forget to grab a meal for a post-game feast. Make Fairway your home field advantage.
At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance. back here at Washington High School for a presentation. This presentation of playoff basketball here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, presented by Pierce Auto Body. Washington's got a 35-18 lead. We, of course, would like to remind you, as part of this special presentation of the Iowa Girls Athletic Union, students involved in educational activities often have many healthier behaviors, leading to physical and mental health. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and National Federation of State and High School Associations thanks you for your support of student athletes across Iowa. Well, the support for Washington is certainly going to be happy with the score line. The Demons up 35-18, a really balanced first half, which, of course, our halftime show brought to you by Fairway Meat and Grocery. Jack Knowlton, Zeph Walker, a fairly balanced half. Zeph led from 10 points by Adeline Long, but led from a barrage of threes in that second quarter. What did you like from the Demons? Obviously, Fairfield got it down to 10. They were, threatening just a little bit, but Washington's offense felt like really exploded. You mentioned the ball movement right before we came on air. That felt really big for the Demons on offense.
Yeah, I think they're swinging the ball with pace and patience. They're controlling the complete momentum of this game. I don't think they're allowing Fairfield to knock them off their square at all. They're not rushing anything. It's just this is playoff level basketball we're seeing. It's amazing to see Ashlyn Long come off the bench and be 3 for 3 right now. I don't think she's missed a shot. I think every shot that she's taken, they just can't seem to find her on that wing, defensively. And she's wide open and she's hitting the bottom of the net and they look good. They're great shots. As well as Reagan Miller coming off the bench with 2 3-pointers. Adeline Long leading the way with 10. It's just great playoff level basketball, and this is what they'll need to do. When you're in a game where it's like one and done, every game matters, every possession matters, and they're doing the dang thing.
Yeah, I'd be interested when I talk to Colin Mulford after this game as to whether some complacency maybe set in a little bit early. This is a team that you've beaten pretty comfortably twice this season already. You might think you'd be able to breeze through. Of course, we've talked about it. If Washington wins this, they'll very likely play a Tipton team that they came very close to beating earlier in the regular season. That is, of course, a game I'm sure they want to have. But they have to get through this first, and it felt like they kind of got out of that a little bit. Just got that out of their system. Was like, all right, we got to play the team in front of us, and that felt like that really came alive in that second quarter. You mentioned it, Adeline Long leads the way with 10 points. Ashlyn Long, her younger sister, has 9. Reagan Miller, 6. Leighton Messenger, 5. Sarah Berto has 4. And Vivian Kroll has 1. So it's very balanced. That is another thing that Colin Mulford has preached from this team, is they have a lot of players who can score. The three-point shooting has been a theme throughout for Washington against this Fairfield team, and it's continuing. What are you looking ahead to for this second half from both these teams? Whether you're Washington to continue to stretch this lead, not get complacent coming out of the break, and maybe for Fairfield, if you have anything on them to try and cut into this deficit.
Quickly before I talk about this second half, let's note how that starting lineup, you mentioned Sarah Berto. I think that was such a great call from Colin Mulford because it allowed you just to have 3 outside players instead of 4 normally with just Vivian Kroll, and now that just opens up the offense because Sarah Berto, she's a grinder down low. She's going to bang for those rebounds. So getting her in position down low can just distract the defense, and you almost forget, oh, we have shooters too. So in this second half, I'm looking to see more work from Sarah Berto down low and just being a menace when it comes down to distracting the defense because she has a presence and she makes it known by getting scrappy, getting those scrappy boards. If she has to put the shot up, she'll put the shot up under the basket. She isn't afraid to get the bump. It's really good to see having 2 players down low like Vivian Kroll and Sarah Berto just banging. It's really good to see that.
Yeah, definitely very good to see that. And I think you're right. It felt like the game plan that worked for Coach Colin Mulford. 20 seconds to go. Both teams huddling up before the start of this second half. One other thing he said as we roll into the second half here, we go back to that Fort Madison game, which, of course, last game we called here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. What was the defensive side of the ball? Washington, he didn't mind that his team started slow on offense. That certainly hasn't been the case tonight. But, he mentioned the defensive intensity being there for that entire first quarter. That's what I feel like it's going to need to be coming out of halftime. Even if the shot, you might need to reheat up a little bit coming out of halftime. Yes. Or maybe you'll just keep splashing threes, which you'll of course take. But, I think that defensive intensity has got to be there for Washington coming out of halftime. Not let Fairfield get back into this one. It is that starting 5 that started the game for the Demons. So Kroll and Berto, who Zeph talked about, that two-headed monster really in the paint for Washington.
Yeah, they
and then,
are.
Of course, Messenger and long threats from outside. Addison Miller can score at all 3 levels as well. That's the group for the Demons. The Trojans have their starting 5 out there. Kessel, who has the basketball now. Zetterstrom, who picked up 2 fouls early and had to sit. She made a little bit of an impact in that second quarter. Sets the screen. Maddie Martin has it now and goes right up against Kroll, but missed the layup. Jones and Lauren Martin are the other 2 starters, by the way, for the Trojans, who are back out on the floor. 35-18, Washington leads. Getting the winner between Tipton and South Tama County. That will be played at Tipton. Of course, all the games in the bracket are going on right now, so Washington will kind of find out or Washington or Fairfield, whoever wins this game. It's Washington as of now, but they'll find out their opponent in real time as Berto spins and scores.
That was a great find from Leighton Messenger there. Berto right in position under the basket, using the glass, which is very important, you know, and just getting a bucket.
She's been excellent on the rebounds. I, of course, go down as I usually do to take pictures for the paper and have a couple of her just with 3 sets of arms around her, still coming away with the basketball. Leighton Messenger ended up with it there and gets the transition bucket. The lead is 21.
I don't know if you were able to see the burst of speed Leighton Messenger got when she crossed half court. It was over. It was over.
We'll see her on the track for Washington this spring. You saw that track speed. Of course, a talented volleyball player as well. Fairfield's going to call a timeout. Coach Witzenberg wants to talk things over. Just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. Well, I mentioned it, Messenger, just a very talented athlete for this Washington team.
Yes, indeed.
Competed well, won SEC Player of the Year on the volleyball court. One of these seniors for this Demons team. This will be a group that'll be missed whenever the Demon season does end. Adeline Long, another senior as well. Leighton Messenger. Taylor Mix, who we've seen come off the bench a little bit for Washington. Oakley Saboski. Addison Miller, another senior as well. Ira Stahl, too, hit that buzzer beater at the end of the Ottumwa game, I believe that was.
I do remember Iris hitting that shot.
It's very exciting. The bench got pumped up for that one. 6:33 to go. Vanessa Kessel has it for Washington, or for Fairfield, excuse me. No mid-game switch of allegiances. That would be like a situation where an NBA player gets traded.
I was just about to say. I was just about to say. I can't remember the player that got traded and they had to walk to the other bench.
Yeah, I do recall. I'm forgetting who that is.
It was either last season or 2 seasons ago.
Super Producer Peter is informing me it was Harrison Barnes. Thank you, Super Producer Peter. Harrison Barnes mentioned on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. You get it all here, folks.
Hey, he's from Iowa.
Is he? I didn't even know that.
He went to Iowa State. Yes, he did.
There you go. There's the connection. Washington's had the connection in this game.
He also went to high school in Iowa.
He did. Super Producer Peter is nodding. Berto has it inside. Long top of the key. Messenger for 3. Too strong off the back iron. Zetterstrom comes up with the rebound. Washington, good transition defense. I heard Witzenberg kind of yelling for his own team to go, but there was really no avenues in transition. Kessel will set up shop. Kroll guarded her on the switch. And Berto's going to get called for coming over the top.
That was such a great deflection. If she was just a tad bit taller.
And Ames High School for Harrison Barnes.
High school, not college, because he went to Kentucky, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, but he's from Iowa.
That's your trivia question of the day that wasn't actually in the form of a trivia question.
Dude, I found out maybe 2 years ago and I was blown away. I was like, Harrison Barnes, Iowa. What? Ames.
Oakley Saboski is in for Berto. Jones has it.
Good steal.
The deflection, nearly a steal for Kroll. Instead, it's a shot the other way and an O board for Jones. She's had a couple of those today. Fairfield trying to work it with plenty of time on the shot clock. Oh, Kessel didn't see it coming.
What?
And it's instead a steal for Long. Comes the other way, the fake deflection by Kessel. But Miller ends up with the ball and scores. Kessel wasn't looking.
I don't know what that was. bad miscommunication there. Oh, steal.
Messenger, another steal. That speed on display there for Layton.
They are just looking like a defensive and monster squad right now.
Layton now matching Ashlyn Long with 9 points.
No call on that. Oh, good way to
Diving
get
on
off
the loose
ground.
ball. And Mulford got the timeout off and will give his senior Layton Messenger a round of applause for her hustle. That is something a coach maybe loves more than anything else.
Yes, when you get down on the hardwood and you scrape your knee. You got to scrape that knee. If you're not coming away with a couple knee scrapes, you don't need to be on my team.
You know, I used to cover Nate Oates at Alabama, and he would tally a thing called blue-collar points, which is something I feel like every high school should do.
Yes.
Track things like floor dives and deflections.
Yeah.
Give a little award for the player, and
they
Layton Messenger win that often.
Yeah, they talk about that at the highest level, where they say they don't track it enough, but like deflections are so huge when you're batting the ball out of bounds. Those almost steals, you know, because the awareness. You're giving credit to their defensive awareness.
43-18, Washington leads. They're just 6 points off matching their tally in the entire game against Fort Madison, which is, of course, our last broadcast. Demons trying to snap a two-game win streak, or losing streak, excuse me. You wouldn't want to snap a win streak. That'd be bad.
Yep.
Haddle Long, the corner for Soboski. Drives inside. No good on the layup, too short.
Rebound,
Jones coming the other way, looking for options ahead of her. Skips it into the corner for Emma Metcalf. Back to Jones. Free throw line, Setterstrom. Guarded by Kroll, tries to throw it inside,
steal.
and the deflection, a couple of them. It'll stay with Fairfield, but Soboski got to that basketball first.
Yep, those blue-collar points we just mentioned.
Reagan Miller coming back in. And Messenger will take a seat. She'll get some applause from the Demon faithful. Good effort by Messenger. Reagan Miller with 6 points will come in and take her place. Jones, the jumper, no good. She gets it back on the tap out, but Soboski's there again. Good hustle by Oakley.
You know, no matter the lead, the Demons are still highly engaged on the defensive end. Yeah, you've seen
Miller,
her. Yeah, you've seen her.
the kick out. That was Addison to Reagan. Now it's Long, top of the key, too short.
Not giving up on defense is huge.
Metcalf grabs the board. Ashlyn Long's going to come back in. Kessel is back at the scorer's table for Fairfield. Metcalf finds Setterstrom. Miller trying to rip it away, and it's a jump ball. That'll keep possession with Fairfield. That will bring Ashlyn Long a chance to maybe get into double figures for her. Those 3 threes in that first half.
Yes, indeed.
Taken after her sister, who was nailing jumpers from the left wing against Fairfield back in December when these two teams played. Miller, the swat. Diving on the floor, a couple of players. Emma Metcalf, nice hustle to somehow get it out to her teammate McEvan.
That was a great block there from Reagan Miller.
Kessel's looking for Setterstrom. Kroll's denying. Metcalf at the buzzer of the shot clock, in and out, and off of Setterstrom last. It'll go back to Washington.
Hustling at all levels. This is what you like to see. They've got another quarter and a half of this, so this is going to be a tough watch.
Big time block by Reagan Miller.
With this being the playoffs, you don't want to pick your foot off the gas at all. You want to let the next team know, hey, we're going to play you every single minute, second of the game.
Maddie Martin going to come back in. She'll check in for Elise Setterstrom. 2:42 to go in this third quarter. Now, we don't know exactly, Zeph, if and when the last time these two teams played in the playoffs. We've got an old archive game from 2013 as our best look. Washington won that 49-44. So if anyone wants to fact check us listening, feel free. That, as far as we can tell, is potentially the last time they played. Demons with a much bigger lead here tonight, and Kroll looking for more. And stolen away. Good defense that time by Metcalf. McEvan wild on the shot. Kroll might have got a touch, or Soboski rather, might have got a touch, and actually it's just a missed layup.
That went way too far that way if Soboski had any of that.
Saraberto coming back in. The junior forward will be another huge part of this Demons team next season. So Long, Reagan Miller, Ashlyn Long.
Drive.
Berto and Soboski in, and Adeline will draw the foul. As a chuckle went to ground a little bit hard there. Lenora Felt back in. Metcalf will sit. Washington, you go back to that Burlington game. That was just a 5-point loss for the Demons, 59-54. We, of course, watched them here in a close one with the Greyhounds. No such thing in a coach's eyes or player's eyes as a bad loss, but that is a competitive Burlington team. Washington playing them close. Soboski will head to the free throw line. Miley Stifle of Burlington's, if you remember her from when they played at home, 30 points in that game for Burlington.
Team second.
I do remember the name Stifle.
Greyhounds finished second in the SEC. Keokuk won the league this year, 8-1. Of course, that was the first conference game the Demons had. That was here at home. That was a 9-point loss for Washington, but they didn't have Adeline Long for those final 3 quarters.
Yeah.
She got hurt. Soboski made the free throw.
That was a huge game for the Miller sisters.
And got both of them. 1:43 to go in this third quarter. Washington finished 6-4 in league play. They could potentially tie Fort Madison. They're actually playing Burlington, or Keokuk, excuse me, in their last game. And if the Chiefs win that one, that will leave the Demons tied for third in this year's conference. Looking to see out a strong third quarter and then a fourth in this playoff game.
They called off the press, I see.
Back in a 2-3 zone, Fairfield. Setterstrom to check back in. Washington just being patient. Another game feels like really strong in the turnover department for this Demons team. Only 7 the last time they faced Fairfield, and probably close to that number so far. Soboski will try a corner 3. That's good. Boy, Oakley, it feels like kind of deserved that one. She has been excellent in this third, all over the loose balls and some deflections.
You know,
able to get a 3 for her troubles.
It's like 2K. You know, your attributes go up the more you do on the other sides of the floor, right?
Teammate grade.
Teammate grade. Get that extra boost.
McAvan tried to float her, and the foul called on Ashlyn. She didn't like it. Big reaction from Ashlyn there. Surprised look and a smile.
In face on that. That was gold right there.
I think Mulford kind of gave her a shrug, and she accepted that one. So that'll put McAvan at the free throw line. Just a sophomore for this Fairfield team. So if you're keeping track, Adeline Long led in scoring the first time these two teams played back in Fairfield. Washington won that 52-29. It was Messenger who had the 19 and 10 that we talked about when they played here. And so far, it's still Adeline leading all scorers with 10 points. It's been much more balanced for Washington. It hasn't been a one-player barrage, but however you get a win, you'll take it, especially come playoff time.
Yes, indeed. It's going to be a tough way to end the season for Fairfield.
Long with 20 seconds, basically even on the shot and game clock, so this could be the last possession of this third. 13 to go. Long gets the screen from her sister, Ashlyn. Drives right, looking for an attack. Fairfield doesn't give it to her. Ashlyn instead drives. Stops the kick out. Miller with 3. Long fires from the top of the key. No good. And that will do it for the third quarter. The Demons stretch their lead to 48-19 as we head to the final quarter of play. Washington looking to see it out, get a win, and advance into their bracket in the Class 3A playoffs. When you come back, we'll have the final quarter of play here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Sometimes I worry.
Sometimes I'm scared. Sometimes I'm overwhelmed.
Sometimes I cry.
And that's okay, because sometimes is not all the time.
It will be okay. You got this. You got this.
You got this.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Back here for the final quarter of play in the first round of the Class 3A Region 5 playoffs. Washington taking on Fairfield and handling the Trojans thus far, looking for their third win over their Highway 1 rivals. The Demons back underway. Washington won that third quarter, Zeph, 13-1. They held Fairfield without a field goal. Long's looking for more. No good. The O-board by Miller. Messenger drives inside. The floater, that's good. Tough shot by Layton. She's into double figures now with 11.
That was a great floater. Way to step through.
Setterstrom back in the game for Fairfield. Berto, strong defense, and Layton comes away with the rebound. Adeline will bring it forward. 31-point lead for the Demons. Up to 50 points in this game. Have beat their total that they got in Fort Madison, or against Fort Madison. Is that three from long? No good, but guess who's there? Sarah Berto. That leaves Addison Miller open. No good. Berto, one more time. Be curious to see her rebounding total after this one. Messenger inside. Berto, can she get rewarded with a bucket? No, but she'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, she's a presence down there, and I think more minutes for Berto is going to be great moving into this playoffs.
Well, you're going to have to go back, assuming Washington scores at least 2 more points in this quarter, which Sarah Berto can do right here. But you have to go back to the last time these two teams played. That'll be the most that Washington has scored since then. They had 62 against Fairfield. They scored 51 in that win over Mount Pleasant on the road. That, Coach Mulford was very candid about that one. Said they kind of won ugly, but you have to take those sometimes. 62 against Fairfield as they match their Mount Pleasant scores. Berto knocks through the second free throw. They scored 51 at West Liberty.
Oh, what's the call?
Now called on the floor, it looks like. That'll go against Berto. That's the fourth on Sarah Berto, so. And Mulford over there on the sideline, I think looked a little perplexed for a second at that foul call. It might have been just reading his defense. I could be misconstruing.
I was perplexed too.
Miller, the deflection and steal. Adeline will bring it forward. Messenger, short corner jumper. Too strong, but Sarah Berto, another board. Yes. Addison for 3. Top of the key 3, no good.
Rebound, Kessel.
McEvan quickly the other way. Goes right into the body of Long. Missed the layup. Messenger, the rebound.
Messenger.
Oh, it's open. Flooded down. Miller in the corner. Eklund's picked her up.
Was there for a second. Messenger, Long right wing.
Still
3 subs going to come into the game for Washington. Messenger, Addison. Long for 3, good! The assist by Addison Miller. Bunch of subs set to check in for both these teams. As Washington cruising against the Trojans. No good by Kessel on the jumper. Sarah Berto, another board. Might be approaching a season high for Sarah. Long pass gathered by Addison Miller. Now gives it back to Adeline. Kroll on the screen. Long to Messenger. Open 3. No good. But an O-board this time for Addison.
These ladies know how to hustle for some boards.
And Addison was fouled. And we'll bring in one of those platoon subs for Fairfield. New group on the floor. 3 subs will come in for Washington. And we got a running clock as well with the Demons winning by more than 30. That'll trigger the running clock. Kroll gets fouled as soon as she grabbed it, cutting toward the basket. That'll go on Setterstrom.
Kroll takes the inbound.
Sabaski, Reagan Miller, and Ashlyn Long are into the game. Kroll and Adeline still in. The group out there now for Fairfield. Emma Scepter making her first appearance of the night. Setterstrom on the court. Lauren Martin, Maddie Martin, and Faith Jones. As Kroll drops in the first free throw. That'll trigger a few more reserves for Washington. Jaden Moore, Taylor Mick gonna come in.
Jaden Moore enters for the Demons.
And Mishk actually looking like she's gonna sub in for Kroll. So she makes this free throw. She'll check out. No good on the free throw, so Kroll will have to get some more playing time with 4 minutes to go in this fourth. An impressive display for Washington. Huge run in the second quarter, really opened this game up. Setterstrom's gonna fire a three, no good. Big rebound there by Jaden Moore.
That was a huge rebound. She jumped up for that one.
Moore drives inside. Cut off by a couple of Fairfield defenders. Ashlyn Long, Sabaski for three, bang! Oakley another triple, her second of the game.
Messenger makes like one more three. Everyone who shot a three, besides Addison Miller, would have hit at least 2 3-pointers tonight.
39-point lead for the Demons. Boy, this defense and particularly this rebounding has been impressive. Fairfield hasn't scored yet in this fourth. Pass inside, Martin.
Defense,
Swatted out of bounds. That'll bring Michigan.
She got that one.
Another group of substitutes for Fairfield. Kessel, Metcalf, Felt, Eklund, as well as McAvan will come in. The running clock, so Washington will be their 12th win of the season. They finished the regular season 11-10, and more importantly, this is going to set up with likely a date with Tipton. Obviously, South Tama County looking for the upset in that one, but assuming it is the higher-seeded Tigers, that will be a really exciting one. That'll be a rematch from a couple of weeks ago as a shot clock violation called on Fairfield.
The Demons can potentially score their most points in this game. You said 62?
Season high is 62. That happened the last time against Fairfield. They've got 2:10 and counting, remember, with the running clock. More subs are going to come in for Washington. Ashlyn gives it out. Mitch over to Reagan Miller. Ashlyn, Sabaski in the corner again. Why not fire another three? That's good. Third of the game for Oakland. I'll bring the Demons up to 61. Gonna bring another group of substitutes in. Presley Hora, Jocelyn Villa into the game, and Kinley Mitch.
Villa, Hora, and Mitch enter for the Demons.
90 seconds to play. As I was mentioning about that Tipton game, it was on January 19th. Tipton won the River Valley South this year. That's a conference that includes Mid-Prairie, who of course Washington played. Washington came back, they were down early in that game, but lost the fourth quarter 20-14, had a lead in that fourth. That was a then 11th ranked Tipton team in Class 3A. Adeline Long had 10 points to lead Washington in that one. Actually, excuse me, Reagan Miller, 11, had the most points in the game. So this will be a Demons team that's going to be hungry to have another crack at the Tigers. Again, assuming South Tama County. Don't want to count them out necessarily, but
great
Moore, the
try.
floater.
That was good.
That drops for Jaden, and that I do believe will set the season high in points for the Demons this year. 58 against Muscatine in the first game of the year, and that's 62 against Fairfield the last time. They now have 63, and 30 seconds left in this one. But a major win as Moore is
no call?
No foul call. Might be a point of the game where they don't mind not calling it. Akavan, the jumper, or the roller, excuse me.
I still want to see that call. She's on the floor.
Moore got bumped again.
Can we get a call?
Taking the contact with 8 seconds to go. So a big-time win will allow Washington to advance as the final seconds tick away, and the Demons come away with a 63-21 blowout win over Fairfield. No problems for Washington in the first round of the 3A5 playoffs. They're going to advance, potentially have their rematch with Tipton. We'll send it off to a short break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up, put a bow on this game with the Community First Credit Union post-game show. Once again, your final: Washington 63, Fairfield 21. Back here to put a bow on a 63-21 blowout win for Washington over Fairfield. Washington advances to the next round of the Class 3A5 playoffs. This is the Community First Credit Union post-game show. Jack Knowlton, Zeph Walker-L. Putting the final touches on this game. A big one for Washington. They advance. Fairfield threatened a little bit early, but Washington, an explosive second quarter from 3, allowed them to pull away and cruise. They won the third quarter 13-1. Fairfield just one field goal in that second half. An impressive display, Zeph, particularly on the defensive end. We talked about those blue-collar points. Washington, always scrappy, no matter what the lead was, it felt like, there in that second quarter and beyond.
They didn't take their foots off the gas offensively or defensively. And normally we see sometimes they get into a bit of a shooting slump. That was not the case tonight. They were able to shoot the shots that were open, and they hit the bottom of the net. This is a make or miss game. So when you're hitting and you're on, you kind of want to keep that fire rolling. But what's also great, and we noted this a lot during this, closer towards the end of the last couple games, defensively, they have found their mark. They have found what works for them, and sticking to that is going to keep them in the W column. So it's beautiful to see, no matter the score, you're up 42 points, and you're still playing as if you're trying to, change a 20-point deficit. And that's just awesome. As a coach, I am proud of my team, no matter what the outcome is, because you guys played hard defensively. That's all you could ever ask for.
Yeah, without a doubt. It felt like the epitome of that was Jaden Moore hitting the deck twice at the end of that game. And
yes.
Continuing to play with a ton of effort and energy and tenacity. And that is incredibly impressive to see. 3 players in double figures tonight. Adeline Long finishes with 13 to lead all scorers. Leighton Messenger 11 and Oakley Soboski 11, most of which came in the second half. This is a Demons team that has shown their potential to have multiple players in double figures all season long, and they do that again tonight. An outstanding performance offensively. Your just thoughts there? 3-point shooting again. Really, really strong for Washington tonight.
That 3-point shooting, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 made 3-point shots. And I'll throw a random number out there. They may have went 12 for 20. That is an amazing stat line when it comes down to the 3-point shooting. And, threes are the best shots you can take in the game when you're trying to extend a lead. It's awesome when it's split between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different players. That is great. And don't forget to mention, 9 of those points came off of, or 15 of those points came off the bench. Or actually, no, Soboski came off the bench tonight too, right? So when you get 20-plus points off the bench just from the 3-point line, you got to look at the paper and say, we've got something special here. The depth that this team has, it should be studied. With this lineup they run tonight, I'll give Colin Mulford the credit. Bringing, Sarah Berto in early, and you let her get her reps in, let her bang down low, let her get rebounds. I can't wait to see that stat line. She was everywhere she needed to be. She picked up a little too many fouls, and when you're playing a better team, you don't want to see her get in foul trouble like that. That could play against them. But tonight, it worked in their favor, because some of those little soft calls, those over the back trying to get rebounds, it just showed she was hustling, and she was ready to play. So credit to the Demons. They did a great job offensively, defensively. Great win.
Great win indeed. Washington cruises to a 63-21 win against Fairfield. They will move on where they will likely play Tipton. A little update on that. The Tigers up 35-18 after 3 quarters against South Tama County. So assuming they see that out and don't blow a near 20-point lead in the 4th, it will likely be Washington-Tipton in a rematch. That will be a very exciting one over at Tipton. So we have finished our coverage of the Demon girls basketball team here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. We'll have one more game upcoming next week. The Washington boys will play. They'll face off against Solon to end their regular season. They'll find out their playoff draw actually on Monday. So tune in for that. Washington against Solon. For now, we will sign things off for the final time after a girls broadcast. An excellent season for the Demons under Coach Colin Mulford. Won just 6 games a year ago and now up to 12, including a playoff win. They will head off to face Tipton. For Jack Knowlton, for Zeph Walker, thank you everyone to tuning into our coverage all season long. We greatly appreciate it. February 19th, by the way, we'll be back for potentially one final time. We'll see how the boys' draw shakes out. Maybe the Demons will get a home game as well, but we'll sign things off. I hope so as well. We've enjoyed giving these broadcasts to you. Want to keep that going as long as we can, but we'll sign things off for now. Once again, the final score: Washington defeating Fairfield 63-21 and advancing in the Class 3A Region 5 playoffs. We will see you against Solon for the boys broadcast and sign things off.